inflation. In October, we registered the core goods inflation at 2.6% compared to September, where we recorded them at 3.0%. So in these other annual core goods, we have things like sugar. When you look at sugar, there's been a slowdown. So currently, the sugar inflation is at 8.9%, the annual, compared to 15.0% that we recorded last month of September 2025. Then we have beef. You know, beef has been one of the products or items that has been having a shoot in prices going up. So we are now seeing that there is now a slowdown in the rate at which the prices are changing. In October, we recorded the beef at 11.6%, meaning that still the beef prices are higher in this year of October 2025 compared to October 2024. And then in September last month, we recorded the annual inflation of beef at 13.3%. Ladies and gentlemen, when we look at the annual services inflation, which is part of the core inflation, annual services inflation was recorded at 1.0% compared to the 3.3% recorded in September 2025. And still in this annual services inflation, we also have influencers that like accommodation services inflation. People who go to hotels and maybe have night outs, and so there is this inflation that we measure as well. So we measure everything that people use in the households, because these are the same household members who go and sleep in these hotels. So we recorded the inflation of these accommodation services at 3.2%, which is also an increment. That means in the hotels you were sleeping in last year, if you go back relatively, they would have increased the price by 3.2 after that 1 year effect. So we recorded them at 3.2, the accommodation in October 2025, as compared to 4.2% that we recorded in September 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us focus on the energy, fuel and utilities, their annual inflation. So as a bulk or that component of EFU for annual, we recorded it at 0.1% in October. That means that whole category increased by 0.1% in October, as compared to the minus 0.1% that we recorded in September 2025. So in this energy, fuel and utilities, we have liquid energy fuels inflation, which was recorded at minus 2.0. This is a combination of diesel and petrol. So when we combine them together, that's how their inflation moved, at minus 2.0% compared to minus 3.5% in September 2025. So in details of the liquid energy fuels, when we throw more light in there and look at the petrol itself, we see that in October we have recorded a minus 2.0% compared to a minus 3.6% that we recorded in September 2025. What does this mean? This implies that the minus 2.0% of the inflation that we got for petrol means that prices of October last year, October 2025, are actually higher than they are currently. So we are actually getting prices that are lower when it comes to petrol. Then when it is diesel, we got an inflation of this price change of minus 1.0% in October 2025 compared to minus 1.8% that we recorded in September. Same implication. This implies that when you get diesel, from last year, the same period of October, prices have gone down by 1%. So you are getting more value for money for the same money. If you go for with the same amount of money that you went with last year, you will get more fuel in this year. Then when we talk about charcoal prices were recorded at 6.3% in October 2025 compared to 5.5% that we recorded in September 2025. We have been noting charcoal prices going up and up because of the various restrictions that we know that are happening in the country. So currently, when you compare the price of charcoal last year and the charcoal this year, the prices have gone up by 6.3%. So that is the summary